let's take a look at the next one, which is collision detection 13.5 right here. And so, so the first thing I want to ask you to do is to download this, put it in your Java folder, double click on that, and you should get this, something like this. Double click on the Java, on the package, because that would be the best way to ensure that you're getting the right file. And it should look something like this, which is similar to what you had before. And what are we going to run? Let's run, we already talked about this too. So now let's run this for a moment and let's take a look at what's in there. It's going to ask you for input. And I'm going to put just 5 balls in here. I'm going to run it and see what we get. Here they are. The balls are actually running all over the place. They touch each other. They go over each other. Your mission is to make them bounce off each other. We're going to make them collide and have some type of reaction. So what do we do to hold all these balls? And why is it that the number that I select is not part of the program, it's part of the input? If you put too many balls, it's kind of like gets crazy. But what did I do? I created an array of balls. Take a look at this. So balls is technically an array because you can see the index operators of what type, what data type, what abstract data type? Ball. That's what we have created over here. So that means that we should be able to use all the methods from ball. Just like we use it in the driver, right? Take a look over here, what we did. We should be able to do pretty much the same over here. Right now it's kind of randomly moving, which is fine. But again, they don't react with each other. I don't think I had to explain any of this. It looked kind of very straightforward. We created random balls over here. What happens when I create a ball? Let's take a look. Yes, as you can see, all the balls are created randomly in terms of the radius and the velocity, but they all come from the center. I mean, that's something that I did. You don't have to do it that way. I like it that they actually explode from within the center. So what's happening over here? So we're going to make them move. So each of these balls, take a look how I call each ball. I don't have to give it a name because the names themselves would be the name of the array with that particular index value. And in this case, it's going to be from 0 to 4 because I entered 5 before. And then I'm just going to draw them. They move and I draw them. They move and I draw them. You now have to figure out how to detect the collision. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit from the website. That's because I somehow lost the internet, but I had this open. I don't think I get to do anything else, so we can use this. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at so we need to change the ball class to detect collision. You'll be able to know when there is another ball near it. So that means that the ball class is going to need input, an argument that is another ball. You can do it by pairs. That would be the best way to do this. I know that there are other ways, but the easiest one would be to actually just work by pairs. And also that will get you closer to another assignment that would be nice to do, which is the n-body simulation. If you had taken the Python class, you probably learned how to do this when you had the bouncing blocks. Actually, a nice, what do you call it? A nice function was written for that. If I should use it over here, but I might put it up later. But here's the trick. You don't want them to kind of go inside each other, and then you also have to decide how close do they have to get to each other to decide what to do next, meaning to bounce. And when I say bounce, you can let them bounce randomly. I am not going to expect any specific physics behind it, but I don't think it would look good if the ball goes inside the other ball. So that distance has to be minimized. It has to become very small. So also I would like to see that the color changes and it stays that color until it collides again. And when the ball hits the walls, also it changes to random color. What does it say? To a random color, but it goes back to its original color after that. Well, this part is very loose, meaning it doesn't have to be that way. You can make it any way you want to. How's that? Because otherwise it's going to require extra code, which is not really necessary. Anything else that I wanted to know from here? No. I believe the circle class in Java has a function that would allow you to detect another ball, another circle nearby. You can use it. You're allowed to use that. What else? But this will be the concept, right? So here we have a right triangle. And so if we have a right triangle, you learn that we can calculate the diameter, in this case of the right triangle, in this case will be the distance between the two of them, by using the Pythagorean theorem, right? So how do we know what the distance is? Well, we know the radius of the one of the balls and the radius of the other ball. And so the distance will be the diameter of this triangle minus the two radiuses. I don't think there's anything else that I want to talk about, because I think you can do this easily. And if you have any questions, let me know. So long. Bye.